In a small dusty town, there lived a young man named Arav. He ran a little stall by the roadside, selling fruits and sweets his mother prepared at home. Arav was clever with numbers and quick with his hands, but his mind was never in one place. While serving one customer, he would already be looking at the next. While counting coins, he would glance at his phone. His thoughts jumped like a grasshopper, never staying still long enough to land. Asterisk at first, people did not mind, but slowly, they began to notice. He gave wrong change. He forgot orders. He mixed up names. One by one, his customers started walking past his stall toward Manav, another vendor, 2 streets away. Manav was not faster. He was not cheaper. But when you stood in front of him, he looked at you like you were the only person in the world. Arav's sales began to fall. His mother asked him one evening, "Beta, why are the baskets still full?" Arav lowered his head and said, "I don't know, Ma. I try. I really try." But trying without focus is like running without direction. It wears you out and takes you nowhere. One afternoon, an old woman visited his stall. She did not buy anything. She simply watched him for a long moment, then said, "Your hands are busy, but your eyes are somewhere else. That is why people are leaving." Arav did not know how to reply. The old woman continued, "There is a candle maker who lives near the old well. Go to him. He can teach you something your father never could." Arav found the old man the next morning, sitting behind a small table lit by a single flame. His name was Devraj. Arav explained his problem, expecting advice, expecting words. Instead, Devraj handed him a candle and said, "Light this. Sit here. For 1 hour. Do not let it flicker. If it moves even once, you start again." Arav laughed quietly. It seemed too simple. He lit the candle and sat. Within minutes, his mind wandered to his stall, to his losses, to Manav's growing line of customers. The flame trembled. He started again. He thought about what he would eat for dinner. The flame swayed. He started again. Every time his attention drifted, even for a breath, the candle betrayed him. By the end of the first day, Arav had restarted 11 times. He returned home frustrated, his palms sore from gripping the table too tightly. But something strange had happened. For brief moments, when his mind was fully still, the flame had stood tall and steady, unmoving, almost proud. He wanted to feel that stillness again. Asterisk, he returned to Devraj the next day, and the next. Slowly, the restarts became fewer. 10, then 7, then 4. He began to notice things he had never noticed before. The small sound of the wick burning, the warmth on his fingertips, the shape of the shadow on the wall. His mind, once a grasshopper, was learning to sit. Weeks passed. One evening, Devraj finally said, "Tomorrow, do not come with the candle. Go back to your stall. Bring the flame with you in your eyes." Arav did not understand, but he obeyed. The next morning, a customer approached his stall. For the first time in months, Arav did not glance away. He looked at her, really looked, listened to her order, repeated it back with care, counted her change without rushing. She smiled and said, "You remembered exactly what I wanted." She returned the next day, and the next. Word began to spread, not because Arav had changed his fruits or his prices, but because he had changed his presence. One customer at a time, one full moment at a time, his baskets began to empty again. This time because they were being bought, not left behind. A year later, Arav's stall had grown into a small shop with his name above the door. People still remembered him as the boy who once mixed up every order, and they were amazed at the man he had become. But Arav knew the truth. He had not become smarter. He had not become faster. He had simply learned to give one thing his full attention instead of giving many things a fraction of it. My friend, maybe you are running many stalls in your mind right now. 10 tasks, 10 tabs, 10 worries, all half open, none of them finished. Maybe you have been losing customers too, not at a stall, but in your relationships, your work, your own goals, simply because your attention was never fully there. Your focus is not a small thing. It is your fortune. It is the one resource no one can take from you unless you give it away. One distraction at a time. Somewhere in your life, there is a candle waiting for you to sit still in front of it. Find it today. Sit with it. And do not let it flicker.